Shabbat Shalom and happy Sukot. This Shabbat is Sukot, and therefore there is a special reading. Today we focus on the Exodus from Egypt, on the reason for the commandment of the Sukkah, and on the importance of educating our children, and on the values of the 4 species. What is a Sukkah, and what is its purpose? Live in temporary shelters for 7 days. All native-born Israelites are to live in such shelters, so your descendants will know that I had the Israelites live in temporary shelters when I brought them out of Egypt. I am the Lord, your God. When the Israelites left Egypt and marched in the desert, they lived in a sukkah, which is a temporary hut, a tent. And our dwelling in a sukkah comes to commemorate the Sukot of old, and thus the remembrance of the Exodus from Egypt. The Exodus from Egypt is an internal major point for the Bible and the Jewish people. God takes a group of slaves and puts them in the Red Sea and brings them forth as a free and newly born people. It is precisely here that God has created the people of Israel. Most holidays include the Shabbat, are held in remembrance of the Exodus. The main reason for the construction of the Sukkah is derived from the verse, so your descendants will know that I had the Israelites live in temporary shelters. The Sukkah is intended to teach the future generations to preserve the collective memory of the Jewish people, to invest, to educate, and to care for the future. I'm sharing with you the history of the people of Israel. We are talking about the Exodus from Egypt in the strong hand of God. And it is precisely this that each family must do with their children during the week, to connect the children with the Bible, with God, and with the people of Israel. This week, we sit in the Sukkah as a family identifying with the people of Israel. During the holidays, we share with the children. In fact, most of the holidays are meant to teach the children our history, to teach and pass on the culture and the Torah from generation to generation. The children enjoy building the sukkah with their parents. The children make sure to decorate the sukkah and to make it the nicest. It is fun to leave the house and to indulge in a family picnic outside. We move the table and chairs into the sukkah, eat and play in the sukkah. But more importantly, we enter the sukkah and feel that for 1 week we have no home. We experience the Exodus from Egypt. Another commandment for the holiday is the 4 species. Each day we take a lulav, a branch from a date tree, hadas, 3 branches of myrtle, arava, 2 willow branches, and an etrog, the fruit of a citron tree. This commandment is based on the verses from Leviticus 23, verse 40. In Jewish thought, we tend to divide people into 4 categories. We have not only black and white, not only righteous and wicked. We have 2 shades of gray in the middle. Each of the 4 species has characteristics of taste or smell, and together they symbolize the people, different types of people. Etrog, it has taste and also smell. These are people who have both faith and good deeds. Lulav, it has taste, the fruit of the date, but it does not have smell. That's people with faith but without good deeds. Hadas, it has smell but has no taste. That's good people who do good deeds but are without Torah, without faith. Arava, it has no taste and no smell. These people are without faith and without good deeds. But we hold them all close together. And we teach our children, with the etrog alone, you cannot fulfill the commandment. Not even with a combination of the lulav and the hadas. You must take the arava and hold it close together with the lulav and the hadas and the etrog. Only when all these types are united can you fulfill the commandment. Together we make up society, complementing one another. So we hold the four species close together, both as a hope for unity and to remind us to accept each other with love and understanding. The same idea appears on Passover. The Torah speaks of four sons: the wise, the wicked, the innocent, and the one who does not know how to ask. Four characters: a good character, a bad character, and two characters in the middle. The Jewish world teaches us that there is good and evil and several shades of gray. Those that are not absolute bad nor absolute good. In my opinion, this is also the intention of Yeshua in the parable of the sower and the four types of earth from Matthew chapter 13. One of the most interesting topics in the four Gospels are the parables. The parables give volume and interest, stimulating the imagination. It is fun to think about a parable and imagine the characters acting in the parable. Now, in Yeshua's parable of the sower, there is the same idea, that there are four kinds of people, four types of earth. We got used to the idea of good or bad, black or white, and with this form of thinking, we got used to having three types of bad soil and only one good type of soil, the one who brings forth much fruit. Yes, there is certainly a desire for righteousness. Each person should aspire to be the good ground. Certainly, Yeshua in the parable of the sower encourages us to be that good and fertile soil. We have become accustomed to thinking about the rocky soil, which is not good because it has no depth and does not have deep root. It has no theological depth. The young and weak believer has no basis in the scripture. Or the thorny soil that suffocates the weak believer. The cares of this world suffocate him. And yes, there is one kind of soil which is good, bringing forth a lot of fruit. It's great. And we too are often like this. When we come to the congregation, to the house of God, we all pray, we all sing, we all praise. On Shabbat or Sunday, we are indeed the good ground. But what about the rest of the week? All of us are in the gray, as in the parable of Yeshua. All of us are suffocated by worrying about rent, bills, work, problem with children, education, family problems. Who of us can say that he or she is the good ground that brings forth much fruit? Who can testify here that he is not suffocated by the problems of life, that he does not argue with his spouse, that he does not think about the economic problems he and his family have? We are the middle ground, some of us among the rocks and some of us among the thorns. And therefore we need each other, because together we are stronger. Together we can deal with the world and with our problems. Alone we fall. Together we can grow. We teach our children that we are part of a people, part of a community. And one of the expressions of unity is to help each other, pray for each other, strengthen each other. We all fall here and there. The role of the community is to help us get back on our feet. In the congregation, when we look to the right and to the left, we see the four species. The people we love more and those we love less. The believers who are stronger and less strong. Those who have more faith and those that have more deeds. Those that are good in prayer and those from which we can ask for practical help in time of need. We're all different, and everyone is in a different place in his or her life, in understanding life, in understanding God, in understanding the scriptures. All of us have different gifts, different abilities, but together we are a community. And this, the four species, teach us. And this is the idea we seek to teach our children. Unity. We are diverse people who stand together as a community. One community that belongs to God and is purified by the blood of Yeshua HaMashiach. Shabbat Shalom and have a happy Sukot.